the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done now.
Good morning. Welcome back. CPI, Consumer Price Index. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Margin, as always. Paul, Chef, Larry. Paul again. Reading the names and the colors. Anna, what's up? Bruce. Chicken and chips. Chicken and chips. Morning, guys. Alrighty. Morning, Abel. Leaked. Who's leaked? Morning, Greg. Morning, guys. Welcome back. That's an interesting headline. Look at this headline on here. Let's see if it stays. Look at the bottom left of the screen. Option market sees a 6% chance the S&P drops 10% over the next 3 months. It's a pretty low chance, huh? Morning, all. Morning from Japan. Man, I want to go to Japan. That's going to have to be my next big trip. Japan, I mean, everyone just has fantastic things to say about Japan. I got to go. Congrats on AMD. Congrats on NVIDIA, guys. Hope that some of the, constant updates here in the live stream and the videos on YouTube has helped you get a piece of that move on both of those names. I feel like I did my best to keep everyone up to date with that. Of course, if you're in the Discord community, then we had, by the minute updates on that. But if you were able to catch some of that from the live streams or from the videos, congratulations. Some really nice stuff over there. And still very interesting, right? Definitely not over yet. Definitely some opportunity still. So still going to be watching those. Definitely a beautiful breakout on AMD. Finally got it out of that shit show that we've been watching. Finally some action there. Put your dog on the camera. I wish I had a dog. No, I don't wish I had a dog. I do love dogs, but I don't so much wish I had a dog. Just not the right time in my life to be having a dog, I think. You'd have a great time, especially since the yen is so weak. Yeah, I guess I could live it up over there, huh? All right. So today we all should know CPI 8:30. So we're going to be here live for the CPI print. I just wanted to go ahead and pull up real quick before we get started the expectations of CPI. So you guys can see right here an aggressive forecast, no doubt. An aggressive forecast, no doubt. The forecast right now for CPI year over year is 3.1%. That's pretty aggressive, right? The last forecast was 3.4%. We are now at 3.1%. So definitely you can see the drop in the forecast here. It was down to 2.9. We hit 3.1, 3.1, hit 3.2, 3.4, hit 3.5, matched it here, had a lower than expected forecast back in June, this was really where the market started to heat up. Back in June 12th, we had that big upside and just sort of that continuation since that last CPI. So if we go back to June 12th, that was that gap up right here, right? Since June 12th, this was our last CPI reading. And since that last CPI, guys, this market has woken up, right? Since that last CPI reading, which was lower than expectations, that was right here. And we're back on another CPI reading today. Forecast is pretty low, okay? So you're probably going to need, if you can see like a 3.0 or a 2.9 today, that's definitely going to fuel the market even more. If we get something higher, right, if we get another 3.3, then I'd expect a little bit of weakness. So let's see what happens, right? Either way, trades are there. Opportunity is absolutely alive. And, man, before we get into anything, you really want a pullback, right? So a pullback from this point, I think, would be fantastic. It would be, in my eyes, a very, very bought up dip. There are plenty and plenty and plenty of people waiting for this market to drop. And I think the smart move there would be let the market drop and find where that next long is. So I'm going to be I would rather us drop today. I'll be fully honest with you, just sort of my gut feeling, what I really want to see the market do. I'd like to see one of these periods right here, right? This is the period that I'd like to see us go into on the market. Let me go into a blank chart, right? This is a period that I think we need to enter on the market, okay? We have the expansion period, we have the consolidation period, and then we have the expansion period, right? So I would really like another one of these. This is really what I'd like to see the market do. I know it wouldn't be that fun for, options trading if we do start to consolidate. I know it's not a great, it's not a straight up move every day, which obviously gives the best opportunities. But I can tell you, right, a little bit of pullback back towards that daily 20, which you can see we're running away from again. You can see we ran away from it. We pulled back to it. We time corrected. And then that 20 SMA caught up, right? I would love to see us do a little dance like this, right? Come back down, start to consolidate again, and then have that next big move higher. So we'll see if we get it. I think that would be the most, comfortable thing to happen on the market. Obviously, every single day this week, we've literally just gone straight up, and a little pullback ain't gonna hurt nothing. So that's really what I'm hoping for, to be quite honest, to find like really nice trades. I'd love to take advantage of, some downside into key demands and then look for that sort of consolidation and curl back higher. That would make me a lot more confident to get very aggressive on longs. If we just keep pushing straight up every day, it just gets a little more concerning, right? Every day you go straight up, you get a little bit more, right? Let me be a little bit more careful. Every day that we go straight up, you just get a little bit more cautious of that downside move that is going to happen, right? But here's just the thing that this is the thing that most people don't quite understand, right? Or at least the bears don't understand, right? People wanted the market to drop here, right? And so if the market, or people were calling for the market to be, this is the high. The high of the market was over here at 19.9, right? If you drop from today's levels, if you drop 5%, you are still higher than that point, right? So pullbacks at this point are still extremely up and bullish on the market, and you just want those little pullbacks to find those good opportunities. So that's what I'm hoping for today. Just full transparency. Hope does nothing. So I didn't, I'm fully out of everything. I have no positions today. I'm fully cash, and I did that for a reason. I just don't want to have any type of, I do not want to have any type of bias or any type of, thoughts coming into today. I want to be fully open with what happens, and I just want to trade the price action. That's, I think, the highest and best opportunity of the day. So I have no positions. You guys saw I closed those yesterday, all my swing trades, and let's see what we get today. So today, obviously, CPI, 8:30 in about 20 minutes. We have that. Same with the unemployment claims in about 20 minutes. Friday, tomorrow, we have PPI and consumer sentiment, and then we close the week for a beautiful weekend. We also have the 30-year bond auction today at 1 o'clock, so be careful of that as well. All right? All righty. Bam. Let's go over what happened yesterday. If you guys pay attention to the live streams, which I hope you do if you come to these live streams, we had the absolutely perfect 20,700 level on our charts yesterday. We knew that was a potential pullback long level. We talked about this level yesterday. We said, let's be careful of the 770, and let's look for the pullback to the 700, right? We talked about how we cannot long early morning into the 770 supply. We talked about how we had rejections the day prior, and we wanted rejections potentially again to start the day. We saw a rejection early morning yesterday. Where did we trade down into? Right into our 20,700. And if you long 20,700 yesterday, you're a very rich person today. Now, obviously, rich, I don't know how much size you took, but that was the perfection hold. And we talked about that in fantastic detail yesterday. We said, look for pullbacks. If you get pullbacks off this 770, look for the 20,700. And that is exactly where the Nasdaq pulled off of yesterday. After pulling back to that 20,700, you saw the rest of the straight up move the entire day. Absolutely perfect. Technical levels, again, respecting. Little pullback off some supply highs. Little pullback into that demand low. Bam, the rest is history. Sick move yesterday. Beautiful hold at 20,700. That was on our charts at 8 o'clock yesterday. So congrats if you caught that. Beautiful stuff. David, killed it yesterday. Thank you for your guidance. Hell yeah, David. Let's go, baby. $50 donation. Damn. Appreciate you, David. Hopefully that is with some profits. Hopefully you were able to share the love with some profits on your trading account. Appreciate that, David. All right. So, Nasdaq today, 20,900, 20,850. You're at a 50-point range right now, right? 50-point range right now, and I'm going to assume CPI is going to send us one or two ways, right? We're either going to see the break and hold of 20,900 for a nice upside day, or we're going to see the break under 20,850 for a very nice downside move. The downside move under 850 today likely trades back into the 770, okay? If we get under the 850 today, I'd assume you drop about a 0.4, almost a 0.5%, and you probably drop under, right, from the current levels, it's about a 0.5%, about 0.5 into 20,770. This would be the spot that I would really like us to come down to. I'd like for us to give back that straight up move yesterday. I don't want to see this straight up move just sort of fade away and it just keep going, right? I'd love to see a little bit of downside, maybe reject that 850, move us back down into that 770, and then look for that sexy long off that level. That would really be the trade of the day for me. If we can get that drop under 850 and get that move back down to 770, that would be a very interesting pullback long today. Under 770, we'll trade back down to the 700, which would be, again, an interesting pullback long today. I don't think people quite understand how many people, you got to think about how much interest there's going to be on a controlled pullback on this market. If this market pulls back on CPI, please pay attention to the levels below. There's going to be a re-entry long at some point, right? There's no doubt about it. This is not the market high. We're not out here guessing this is the all-time high in the markets. There's going to be, if there's a pullback, there will be a long that sets up at some point here, right? So let's make sure we pay attention to it. Let's take a look and see where these longs could come in. I would say 20,770, 20,700. Definitely two spots that I'll be watching today. Obviously I need to see holds there before I long, but I'll definitely be watching those levels for reactions. Under 700, you got the 670, you got the 610. You have so many levels below to be watching for those potential long entries. Now, if we don't get that pullback today and this CPI comes in cool, right? If the CPI comes in lower than expectations, we're going to have to just look for that hold over 900 today, right? If we just see a hold over 900 today, that's going to have to be our long entry right over yesterday's highs and look to see if that turns into longs. So right now, I would say 850 and 900. That's your 50-point range. I'm assuming CPI is going to get us out of it, right? Which way is it going to go? Above 900, below 850. If we go below 850, I want to see a drop into 770. I want to see a drop into 700. Those are my levels. All right? QQQ. So you guys can see right here, yesterday we had that 498.50 level on the QQQ. That was that pre-market low from Monday into Tuesday. And just look at how perfect that hold was yesterday. Midday, drop off the 500 supply, down into the 498.50 demand, and bam, just straight off that level. What a beautiful pullback long yesterday at that key demand level we had on our charts. Today, 503 and 502, about $1 range here on the QQQ. I'm assuming CPI is going to get us outside of it, so let's see which side we go. If we drop under 502 today, I think you will move lower into the 500. The 500 could be a fantastic pullback long to watch today. All right, if we can give back that yesterday upside, we went straight up. If we can go straight back down, pull back down to that 500, this is definitely a spot that I'll be watching to see if buyers step in. So if we do drop under that 502 today on CPI, I'd expect a nice drop on the Qs down into this 500 level, and this would be the next spot I would watch to see if buyers step in. Under 500, I would absolutely watch yesterday's lows at 498.50, okay? So 500, 498.50, two big spots I'm watching to see if we get pullbacks today. I'd love that pullback. I don't want a long after a straight up move. I'd prefer to get some nice dips and see where these buyers step in. 500, 498.50, even this 497.50, going to be watching those levels today. If we do not get a pullback today on CPI and we just rock it over 503, then that's going to be our long entry, right? Break and hold over 503 is going to be our long entry if we do not get that pullback today. S&P 500, I would love a pullback as well. You guys can see right here. What a perfect hold of previous day highs on the ES yesterday. This is the sickest hold of the day, without a doubt. I posted this on my X. If you guys follow me on X, you saw me post about this level. And since that post, I mean, this thing went straight up. Look at this hold. We had 56.40 on the live stream yesterday. We were going over the levels in the pre-market. We said, look to see if the ES can hold above the previous rejection points. And just take a quick peek at that. Would you just look at it? Right. Ed Bassmaster, man. That's all I can think about when I see these levels. Perfect previous triple top high in the pre-market. Perfect fails at that level Tuesday morning. And look at how this just perfectly held it intraday yesterday. Pulled back to 56.40. Did not fail it. Continued to see buying stepping off that level. And bam, the rest is history. Beautiful level there. Beautiful pullback long. That is what it's all about. Today, you guys can see we have this 56.80, 56.78 level, and we have this 56.87 level. There should be no surprise if we give back this move. This is a straight up move on pretty low volume yesterday, right before CPI. I would really like to see, like I've been saying on this live stream the entire morning, I would really like to see us give back this move. This would be a much more comfortable long if we can just pull back and give back this straight up move. This was a gift. This was a gift of upside before CPI for anyone that was holding longs, anyone that was, having some swing trades, anyone that was scalping the long side. This is a gift of an opportunity, and there's really no excuses to be holding still heavy positions and being over leveraged after this straight up move on the SPY. I would love to see that pullback. I'd love to see us get back under that 56.80 and give us some pullback longs. I'd be watching the 56.50, and of course, I'd be watching the 56.40. Those would be two great levels today to see if we can get those pullback longs at 56.50, 56.40. Would love to see that today. If we do not get that and we just rock it today on CPI, then we're going to have to look for the longs over these highs. 56.87, if we do get a hold above that, then we're going to have to look for that hold over 56.87. So definitely a little bit of a concerning zone. I really don't like this straight up. I would prefer this go straight down and look for those re-entries. That's why I went fully cash yesterday. There's a reason why I did that, right? Because this is not something I want to hold through. I know this is not strong. This is low volume upside move. I know you have CPI, and you just don't really have confidence when you see that straight up move. You like market structure. This is not market structure. This is straight up. So let's get some pullbacks. Let's find some new longs. 56.50, 56.40. If we don't get it, the froth will continue. The melt up will continue over 56.87. SPY, same sort of concept here, right? We went pretty much vertical after holding over previous highs. You guys can see right here, we had previous day highs at 557. Look at how perfect that held yesterday. Previous triple top highs on Tuesday turned into perfect double bottom lows on Wednesday. You can't beat that. You can't. It doesn't get quite cleaner than that, right? Previous day highs into intraday lows the next day. That is as clean as it gets right there. Look at the reaction off that, straight up. So straight up move, I don't love it. Like I've been saying, if you do break under this 560.75, then I think you could see a little bit of downside, give back some of this upside move. I would really like to see us back into the 557. It could also be right here around the 557.70, but I think I want the SPY to be really confident. I want us right here at 557 before looking for that next long opportunity. Would like to see us give back some of this straight up move. I don't love that. You can see right now we are starting to peak below it, so we could start to weaken here before the CPI print. Upside rejection points very clear at 561.50. And if we get above that, we're going to have to look for that as our long entry. All right. Russell's been just sort of holding that demand still. You guys can see right here. We did get over that 2060, so we could see if that turns into a hold today. That 2060 level has been important. Let's see if 2060 holds true today. But you can see overall that Russell keeps holding that 2035 low. Definitely sort of creating that base. Dow Jones pushed pretty nicely yesterday, actually. Dow Jones up into the 40,000. So let's see what happens on Dow Jones at 40,000 today. That could be very interesting. Watch that 40,000. Maybe look for pullbacks to this. Look for pullbacks to this 39,800. Right, nice little pullback long, maybe at 39,800 today on Dow Jones. That could be very nice. Watch those previous highs at 39.8. All right, we got 8 minutes. We'll go over some stocks here. Press that like button for me, guys, if you could. Subscribe to the channel if you could. Get us to 1,000 likes, hopefully before CPI. That'd be great. All right. So let's go over a few stocks here, and kill some time before CPI. And here we go. So Tesla, still a very strong hold. I mean, it has not broken down, right? You can see still a very strong hold, still maintaining a very nice 259.50, 260 level, right? This thing has very much maintained this level on every pullback. So 259.50, 260. Let's watch this again today. If we can get a pullback into that, possibly another long entry. This is really where I'd like Tesla back to, at 254, but I might just be hoping and praying at this point. I don't know if Tesla's going to come back, but I'm staying patient for it. So you guys can see right here, 254. That would really be a spot I'd watch for a next long entry. If we can get that pullback to 254, I think that would be a very strong opportunity. Definitely watching for that. If we don't get that and we continue to hold the 260 zone, I'd watch this and I'd watch this, right? These are the two longs that I'd look for on Tesla, either the 254 or the 260. Those would be great spots to look for that opportunity. Now, if Tesla just rips higher today and the market says, nope, I'm going higher, I don't care about pullbacks, look to see if Tesla holds over 265. If Tesla holds over 265 here in the near future, that's going to have to be your next long entry, right? If you get over that 265 with some real strength and hold above it, maybe towards end of day, then we are possibly looking at that move into 280. So 265, big spot here. If we get pullbacks, 259.50, 260, and 254. That's what I'm looking for to see if this structure maintains. NVIDIA, nice little pullback going on here. Very happy I ditched this one. I think we took this about as far as we could before we get a little bit of uncertainty, which is definitely CPI, right? So I didn't want to hold this through CPI. 4-hour chart on NVIDIA, you guys can see right here. The level we're rejecting right now is this little gap level, right? You can see the high of this candle over here on the 4-hour chart. The high is 136.68. 136.68 is the exact high of that level, of that gap level over there. And so 136.68 is where you're starting to see a little bit of rejection, right? You're starting to see some weakness up here around that 136.68 zone. You're getting a pullback right now. This is actually, in my eyes, a fantastic pullback. Let's see if this holds the 134. All right, this could be very nice. You guys can see right here, 134 previous highs, 134 holding. Do we hold 134? All right, do we hold 134? You guys can see right here, previous high, 134, 134. Can we hold that 134? That could be very interesting today. If we break under 134, I'd love to see us down into 129. Okay, 134 and 129 would be the two levels I'd watch. 134, 129. If we hold 134, possible new long entry. If we pull back under it, I like the 129 as that next spot. Maybe pull back down towards that daily 20 SMA. Little bit of tough around that 136.68. That's going to be a tough spot. But, I mean, NVIDIA, we rode this thing down since that 125 zone. This was a great trade. Congrats on this one, guys. Next big spot's going to be that 136.68. If we can break that, I mean, I think that's all-time highs. If we get a break over that 136.68 right here, I'd assume that's a push to all-time highs. So, pullback longs, guys. 134, 129. Those are some pullback long levels that I'll be watching today. AMD hit our target. You guys know we talked about this target. We talked about that daily chart target of $184 per share, and we hit that to the T yesterday. And that is the exact level that is starting to get a little bit heavy on AMD. So you can see right here, daily chart AMD, 184, 184, 184, and that is the exact level that's having a little bit of struggle today at 184, right? Look at this. You can see yesterday we could not get back above 184. So that is a very clear rejection spot. I would not want to be long into that level. I would want to be long after a pullback. I would look for pullbacks here at 180. I'd look for pullbacks here at 174.50. I would love to see something along these lines for that next long entry, right? Give me that pullback to 174.50. Give me that entry back at 180. If I can get those, then I'd look for that long back into that 184. If we can get over 184 and hold above it, that would be your next leg higher on AMD. If you can get above 184 and hold above it, that would be your next long into the 194. So 184, big spot. Be careful here. Definitely a rejection spot. Pullback longs, 180, 174.50. Those would be the two spots I'm watching today. Also, if you get extended pullbacks, that 100 SMA is also right there still and could also be a fantastic opportunity at 170. All right, we got 3 minutes here. 3 minutes, 3-minute countdown. Let's go to real quick MU. I just wanted to share with you guys MU. This is sort of an interesting one, right? If you go to the 4-hour chart, MU's been a little bit underperforming, but look at the holds at 130 going on, right? Look at these 130 holds. Look at that 50 SMA, that daily 50 SMA sort of holding us up. Right now, we are pinned between this zone, right? We can see this very clear zone here between 139 and 130, but I would definitely watch this, right? I would definitely watch this. If we can get over 139, this could be very interesting on this little MU curling back upside move, right? Let's keep an eye on this one. And that 129, that 130 demand looks pretty heavy right now, very strong at that 50. So definitely keep an eye on that MU. Keep an eye on that closely. All right, let's go into, let's just kill some time, right? Before, I'm not going to go over anything else. We got 2 minutes before CPI. Let's get our charts ready. Let's go ahead and see how this market reacts. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to see if we go down. I can't wait to see you. I know some of you in the chat are just dying, salivating to wait to type. I told you so. I told you. The funny thing is I have no risk, so I would love to see either way here. That's how you trade, man. I know I know sometimes it's hard for some to understand, but you trade, you take risk off into events like this, and that's what you do, right? That's how you protect your portfolio. Whatever can happen here on the market, you are open to anything. So a little bit of drop here would be great in my eyes. I would really like some pullbacks. I have no risk outstanding if we do get downside. And I would absolutely be ready to deploy some cash today if we get some opportunities. So 1 minute until CPI. Press that like button. It do go down. It do go down. What's his name? What's his name in that meme? What's his name? Robert. It's Robert. Robert. It do go down. All right. What do we got? 15 seconds. Let's see. Market's getting a little bit, yeah, definitely seeing a little bit of volatility right before it comes out here. And it's going straight up. Okay. And we have, let's see if it holds. Well, looks like we ain't getting pullbacks at the moment. Damn. Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, AMD through 184. ES, right off 56.78. Can it hold? QQQ, SPY. It's just funny, man. It's funny to think about, just why do people try to guess what happens here? Just thinking back to yesterday. That's all. I'm just thinking back to yesterday and giggling in my mind. All right. Anyways, so a little bit of upside. And we want to see that 20. I can't stop laughing. We want to see that 20,900. That's what we want to see here. Fake numbers. Bullshit. It's manipulated. So 20,900. That is where I really want to see us pull back to now, right? This would really be the level you'd like to see that long at today. If we can get a little, some give back intraday, give back some of this upside, come back into that 20,900, that would be great. So what was the number? Let's go ahead and pull it up. I'm going to be laughing about this all day. I'm going to tell you the truth. All right. So the number was 30. All right, so we got 30. 30 was our level. 3.1 was the forecast. 30 was the number, and that is why you are seeing that upside move. That is why you're seeing the upside right now. So 3.1% was the forecast. We got a 3.0 actual, and yeah. Hey, we'll give Matt a break, guys. Let's just all use it as a learning example, right? Let's make it a positive. Let's make a negative out of a positive. Let's let it be. Let's just take it as an example of, maybe you have some kind of maybe you have some type of a bias on this market, but please do not trade off of it. Okay? Do not trade off of it. Let it be. Trade off what the market's showing you. Let the data come out. React to the opportunity. And stop trying to guess what CPI is going to do. Stop trying to guess what FOMC is going to do. Stop trying to guess what's going to happen. Let it happen and look for the opportunity. So, another great example. You saw it live, guys. That's how people lose money, right? That's how people lose money. And you can see it right there. So, all you got to do is cut that out of your trading, and I can guarantee you're going to cut down out of a lot of losses, right? You're going to cut out a lot of losses if you just stop trying to guess. And just follow a strategy, right? All right. So this thing's gone. I mean, unfortunately, this is gone. And this is going to be a very interesting open now. I mean, there's not much I can help with you guys right now, right? There's really not much I can say. This is a straight up move, and there's no levels, right? There's not a single level up here. So at this point, you're going to want to wait for something to solidify intraday. We're going to have to watch the short-term time frames, and we're going to have to try to watch where some kind of level can hold on, right? We're going to have to watch where a level starts to develop today, right? Because is no levels up here, right? So 20,900 is really the only level I have. If we can get that 20,900, that would be fantastic. I would absolutely look to long that level today. If we can pull back maybe to that 20,850, but 20,900 is really the only level here. Maybe you watch this also, this little high right here, 20,917. So really this whole zone right here, these are your only levels, right? These are really your only levels here. So we're going to want some pullbacks there. Yeah, you could use the fib boys. If you like the fib boys, that's about a 61.8 retracement at that 20,917. But yeah, that's that. QQQ. Straight up. You're going to want to pull back to 503 to really feel confident that you're not chasing this thing, in my opinion. And above that, 503.50, right? 503, 503.50. Let's see if we can get some pullbacks there. If we can, let's look for that long, right? Let's look for that long. ES, pretty much vertical again. Would love to see this sort of come back down to reality a little bit. I would say right back into that 56.90. 56.90 would definitely be a first spot I'm watching. 56.90 and that 56.86. Those would be two levels that I'd look for pullbacks to today. Guys, I think it's very possible we get that pullback, right? Let me make that very clear. You have seen plenty of times that CPI goes straight up and then we get that intraday pullback. So do not think that that's not possible, okay? It's very possible. If we can get that 56.90 fade and then look for that re-long, or that 86, look for that re-long, that's really what you want to see, okay? Wait for it, right? Be patient. If you got long-term shares, let this thing go, right? If you got some long-term shares and you just don't want to chase this thing, I hope you got long-term shares. If you don't have long-term shares, I'm not sure what the hell you're doing. So, if you got those long-term shares in play, this is a fantastic day. You're up already a lot of money today, and you don't need to get so aggressive on the option side. 561.50, 560.75. Let's see if we can sort of pull back and hold those levels. That's going to be the watch. Tesla, let's see if we can hold over that 265 today. That would be fantastic. Let's see if we can hold over that 265 today. That would be the level we talked about. Let's go ahead and just put a little level here around our 267.60, just so we're aware of that high. Go ahead and do that. 267.60. We'll go ahead and put our green level here at the 265. Make sure we know that this high is right here. All right. So today, we're going to see if that 265 can hold strong. If it can, I do like that long opportunity. Let's look for that long on Tesla over 265 today. That could be very nice. NVIDIA, beautiful push. Right off that 134. Holy shit, was that clean. Wow. 134, what a long there on NVIDIA. Look at this hold over 136.70. Look at this hold over 136.70 right now. So that is very interesting. NVIDIA, like we made a video about, at this point, looks like it's going to all-time highs to me. So we nailed that thing. Congrats on anyone that's been trading NVIDIA since our video last week. 136.70. Let's watch that level today. If we hold above that, I don't see much until all-time highs here, guys. 141, I really think, is your next test. If you can hold above this 130, this 136.68, we'll see if we can get the hold. It's not solid yet, right? We need some intraday holds. It is not solid yet. We need some intraday volatility, intraday control at that level. So we'll see if we can get it. I would also, to be honest, watch this pullback as well. I would look for actually a hold over the previous day highs. Let me go ahead and put that on the charts. Right here around 136, that could also be a very nice hold level as well. Right here, 136. That could be very interesting. So let's see, right? 136 or 136.68. I would watch both those levels. 136 could really be that nice spot today. AMD, right over that 184 that we talked about. Let's go ahead and take a look at that today. Can we hold above this 184? If so, I like that long entry on AMD. Of course, we're going to be a little bit careful into this 187 area. Definitely looks tough up there. So we'll be careful of that 187. Obviously, if we get to push to the upside, maybe some profit taking into that level. But if we hold above 184, if you guys were here before when we talked about AMD before CPI, that 184 is a major daily chart level. And if we hold above that, that could be very, very interesting. MU, we talked about that curl. Yeah, let's see, right? I got my alert set at 139. Let's keep an eye on that today. Qualcomm, I love the way Qualcomm has been building. And a really interesting comeback name on the semiconductor sector. Look at how Qualcomm has been building higher here. 200, 205, really nice sort of upside continuation. I would look to see if we can hold over 210 today. If we can hold over this 210 today, then I would absolutely look to see if we get that hold. Over 210, I like the upside continuation towards that 214. Definitely watching that. Let's go to ARM. ARM, beautiful holds over previous all-time high still. I know you love this margin. What a beautiful hold over that previous all-time high. Look at the maintain. Even yesterday, again, right? A triple bottom at the previous all-time high. Previous all-time high, 179, has turned into a triple bottom over the last 3 trading days. That is some strong stuff right there. I think that is absolutely going to cause ARM to get another push here. So definitely let's see if we get an ARM push. If we do get back to that 179, that could be a great long entry. It looks like this... Yeah, it's right here. What's the high of this candle here? 188.75. That looks to be the level that we need to break. 188.75. That looks to be the level we need to break. If we hold above this, it's game time. But a beautiful triple bottom low at the exact 179 level. And if you go to the 5-minute chart, take a look at yesterday's open. Look at this open yesterday on ARM. Straight down the 179, straight back off of it. A lot of buyers down here. So, big spot there for ARM. Let's go to SMCI. So SMCI has been consolidating pretty nicely here. If we go to the hourly chart, we have been consolidating right above that 880 demand. You can see right here, 880 demand, that 100 SMA. Definitely a consolidation, all right? So if we can get over that 930, and you guys see I have my alert set there. If we get over that 930, this could be very interesting. Let's watch this over 930. Let's watch that 880 demand. Broadcom. This consolidation looks pretty sexy. Look at this consolidation on Broadcom lately. Broadcom has been very strongly holding over this 1700, has been in a nice consolidation range here, and I think you have upside, consolidation, and causing more upside, right? So I'm absolutely watching this Broadcom move. If we can get over this high right here of 1774, I think you have more upside to come in. So 1774 is this little gap level here. You can see that's also where we rejected 3 times over the last 3 trading days. So if we can get over 1774 after this very strong consolidation, I would absolutely look for this to continue higher. Okay? 1774, 1800. Watch to see if that consolidation results in something. Meta. This is a trade that we were in yesterday and still interested. You guys can see right here. 534 and that 530 demand. You can see that 530. We've been talking about this, just continuing to hold up. And today, look at what Meta's doing. Meta is now holding over the previous rejection highs, right? Look at how this is working. You had previous lows and previous highs. Now, right now, you can see the previous highs are turning into new lows. So if Meta holds above 534, right, this could be that sort of higher high, higher low that sets up that new long opportunity. I would absolutely be watching Meta 534 today. That could be very nice. Looks like the rejection point is right here around 539, so be a little cautious of that, right? Be aware of that 539 level still. Could be a little bit tough there, but that 534 level looks very clean. Let's keep an eye on that one. What did we miss that's big? Apple. Apple's just a runaway train. Once again, I have no trading. I have no. I'm just going to tell you to buy the shares. That's going to be my constant recommendation here. 230, 228. Those are the pullbacks to watch. 230, 228. Besides that, buy the shares and forget about it. Amazon. I would not touch Amazon today, guys. Too much selling from Mr. Bezos, and I would leave this alone until this consolidation breaks. Set your alerts at 201. Set your alerts at 197, and don't touch it until then. Google. Ooh. Look at this little 192 hold here. This is very interesting. Look at this little Google 192. So you can see right here, 192, 192, 192, turning into support. That is interesting. 192. Interesting. Let's see if Google creates a nice long off this 192 today. You have a very clear channel that we are trying to channel above. Look at that structure change. So, yeah, let's watch that. 192 on Google. Big watch there. Microsoft, really nice comeback. We talked about this pullback long on Microsoft, and you can see how well this held. This 458 level held perfectly on the aggressive pullback right into these previous lows, held again. We have reclaimed 465. We have reclaimed 465. That's big, right? Look at this right here. If we hold above 465 today on Microsoft, I would watch this. Look, 465, 465. Look at how it's holding above it. If we hold above this, this could be a very interesting long entry on Microsoft. Watch this 464, 465 zone on Microsoft today. Big watch. The small caps from here we go. I mean, has anyone been staying long at that Russell? I know Piff, you were interested in that. Piff, did you hold? There it is. There's your small cap push. Boom, baby. We've been talking about that one. Palantir, actually a very interesting stock, guys. I will say, I will take back some of the hate that I've talked about Palantir, because now this is an interesting setup. This is something that actually looks pretty clean. Look at this 4-hour break and retest on Palantir. This is a very interesting setup. You can see now there is a clear, right? This was sort of shit, right? No, I don't think anyone could fight me on that one, right? This is definitely some shit, but this is interesting. This is the first time this has gotten interesting for me. Look at this hold. See that 4-hour level? That 2750? We talked about this level word for word yesterday. We said if we could hold above 2750, then we could see that hold and see if that's a break and retest long. And that is beautiful. Look at what Palantir has done. So, guys, I would be interested. I'd definitely be interested. Palantir, look at this, too. Yeah, this is nice, too. Look at that. Right? This is even nicer. Look at how this is structuring. Take a look at this structure. Look at this. Previous high, low, and low. That's even more beautiful. Rejection, hold. That's nice as well. Right? That's nice as well. Hold on, guys. So that's really interesting. 2820. Very nice. Keep an eye on that. TSM. I'm hoping you see it. Right? I'm hoping that you're starting to see it. 191.35. 191.35. I hope you're starting to see it. Right there. Previous high, new low, right, guys? It's the same thing on every stock we talk about, right? It's the same repeatable thing on every stock we talk about. And I hope you're starting to see it, man. I mean, it's right there in front of your face on Palantir. It's right there in front of your face on TSM. It's been in front of our face on AMD all week, right? It's everywhere. And if you can just look at this. Look at this. It's just a thing of beauty. Please look for this. Please try to find opportunities using these break and retest longs. It's not bullshit. We come to this live stream every day and find multiple instances of this working every single day. So, beautiful stuff out there. Keep an eye on those levels, man. Let's get this pullback. Let's get this pullback. Let's get this 20,900. Let's get this 20,917. Let's get this drop. This is a great drop. This is exactly what we want. We want this pullback, I think, to 20,900. If we can get that pullback to 900, let's look for that long. If we fail back, all right, let me go ahead and say something before we go. If we fail back under yesterday's highs, you need to be cautious today, okay? I'm going to make that very clear. If you fail back under, let's say the 56.90 and the 56.86, if you fail back under that pre-market high and that high from yesterday, you need to be cautious, okay? Please be aware of that. Do not make sure you are in line with what's going on here. If we break back under that 561.50 on SPY and we start to see weakness under that, please be careful, okay? Please. That is something you must react to. That is not something that you stay long. You don't ignore that. Do not ignore that. If we fail back under that pre-market high, please do not ignore that. That could really be something dangerous, all right, if you're too aggressively long. So that is, in my eyes, a must hold. The bulls must defend that pre-market high on this pullback. If we fail back below, you can absolutely see the weakness step back in, and we could give back this move. There's no doubt about it. Stay on your toes today. Focus on the levels. Do not come into the day with a bias. Please, 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 just trade the intraday with whatever the levels are showing you. Pay attention to whether we break back below that pre-market high, because we're getting pretty close. That is going to be a must-hold level in my eyes to be confidently long, right? If I want to be confidently long, I do not want to see us back under pre-market highs. That is for sure. So press that like button, subscribe to the channel, be safe out there. You can react to it. React to it. Do not be set in stone. Stay open to everything. Like Gold Sauce likes to say, we got to be liquid. We got to be like water. Whatever is the market showing us is where we move. All right? Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.